Alrighty, day 1 raid loadouts. I'm going to be giving you some tips as well as what I'm going to be bringing into the day 1 raid. Without further ado, let's actually just get into it. In my primary and kinetic slot, we obviously have my Fatebringer, my trusty Fatebringer. I basically bring this everywhere, as you can see by the kill count. I never go anywhere without it. It's just top of the line primary. Succession. Succession is always a good option, especially if you have a reconstruction Vorpal role. It's always good if you have that one role. You can make a case for some others, but this is the one you want. It makes double sniper a actual viable damage strat, and if I just need a good special in my kinetic slot to kill something quick, Succession is always something I can use. As far as this scout, I just liked the perks on it. Shoot to loot is cool, and explosive payload could very well be a very useful tool if I need to shoot stuff with explosive payload. I don't really have a reason for having it, it's just the explosive payload could be useful. Heritage is just always going to be an option. Double slugging is still broken even after them removing hot swapping. It's still an option, so just in case we have a Tanix, I want to keep double slugging an option for me. We have Izanagi's Burden, also for the same reason as Heritage, for the double sniper. It's also just very good at annihilating things that need to die very quick. So Izanagi's Burden is always a staple, and it will continue to be. It's just good. Moving on, we have the Osteostriga. I think Osteostriga is going to be very good in an encounter like, say for example, Deep Stone Security, where a lot of ad clear takes place and not a lot of big guys need to be killed. I think Osteo is going to be really good for those ad clear encounters, especially with the Catalyst. So I'm bringing that just in case we have another security encounter where there's just a lot of ad clear, some puzzles, and you're done. Next up, we have the Outbreak Perfected. This one is kind of a gamble. I'm not too sure if the 50% damage buff is actually going to help that much with contest, but I think the nanites will actually prove very useful if I need a good primary to take out some dudes. I don't know if it's worth taking my exotic slot, but I'm putting my faith in it. Outbreak has always proven itself somewhat in the past, so hopefully with that 50%, it'll prove itself even more. We've got my Ikelos Sniper, the very same sniper I did my Deepstone Crypt with on day 1. It has done nothing but good for me. It is very high rate of fire, and 4th times in high impact just makes the damage insane. Granted, you could have another energy sniper that does the same thing, probably better, like, for example, Firing Line, but this one has always been good for me when I'm double snipering, so I think it's a good option for me. Bottom dollar for my primary slot, Rapid Hit Multi-Kill Clip, can't exactly go wrong with that. Found Verdict with Rewind Rounds and Vorpal Weapon. This is basically just a precaution just in case there is a need for an aggressive frame shotgun. There probably isn't gonna be one, but just in case, I'm gonna bring it. Enigma. This is controversial, to say the least. I like glaives a lot. They're really good. Please don't hang me. I literally made a video on it. Check at the top right. I made a video on why glaives are really good, and I just think that they're going to be really good in the raid. Invisibility, especially because I'm running Hunter for the raid, being able to have invis on command basically infinitely gives me a lot of availability to do things while invisible. I can stay alive longer, I can do puzzles while invisible, whatever. It really just helps to have that ability to be invisible whenever the hell I want. Having suppressive darkness and the ability to suppress with a glaive gives you a 30% damage buff on command no matter what. It's just good. Cartoon, which is a member of my raid team, he's like the leader, he said he's gonna ban me if I decide to bring this in, so I'm gonna take my chances. I think this is a good idea. We'll see how it goes. Divinity. We already know what Divinity does. It's basically a staple. No reason to explain why you have it. It's always good. I'm also gonna be bringing the Dead Messenger because Elemental Well builds, I guess. I'm working on making an Elemental Well video surrounded by the Dead Messenger because it's just a hard light for grenade launcher. It has the ability to make a shit ton of Elemental Wells, basically without the hassle of having to swap around your weapons to fit your subclass. And Elemental Well builds, especially with the seasonal mod, I think it is this one, that boosts your damage when you have an Elemental Well that you pick up match your subclass. So I think that Dead Messenger might actually be very good with that very specific use case. And then I'm also going to be bringing my first in last out with my autoloading Vorpal, because double slug. As far as heavies go, obviously you got to bring Gallahorn. It's still going to be insanely good, especially when we come to this one. Ooh, don't look just yet. So Gallahorn, always good, especially if you're supporting your teammates with those Wolfpack rounds with Pack Hunter. Sleeper Simulant is always good. Just because we don't have particle deconstruction doesn't mean it's a bad choice. It's still good, it still does a shit ton of damage if you have the Catalyst. It's just Sleeper, it's good. It's just good. Now this is the main event right here. This is the thing that I didn't expect to happen. We have a craftable rocket launcher, the Palmyra B, auto-loading holster, and explosive light. Now the only reason why I wanted this is because I spent 500 spoils of conquest farming my Hez and Vengeance to get something similar. And now we just have auto-loading explosive. There's now no reason to use any other legendary rocket launcher. This is the premier weapon. Auto-loading holster, especially enhanced, I believe goes from 3 seconds to 2.5, I think. So just a tiny bit faster, but any bit faster helps. And explosive light to give each rocket that better piece of damage, so it's just better. Ascendancy just in case, I don't know why, just wanted to fill a slot. Now we have the Parasite. Parasite has already proven itself in my eyes in the video where I demonstrate the damage towards Atrax. It's a fucking monster in terms of single shot damage. I believe that there's going to be an encounter in the Witch Queen raid, much like Atrax, where you have a 5 to 10 second window of doing damage. I think Parasite will shine incredibly well, especially if there's a target that needs to die really, really fast. I think Parasite has already proven itself, and we'll see how it does in the raid. I highly recommend you bring this with. 1000 Voices. 1000 Voices is never a bad choice, granted, compared to the rest of these. It's pretty bad, but it's never that bad. I just wanted to bring 1k just in case it does shine in whatever way possible. I'm also going to be bringing my Recurrent Impact. The roll on it doesn't matter. There's a single perk that makes it good, and that's Land Tank. Land Tank basically makes you immortal. I cannot die while using this perk. I've legitimately tried killing myself with it. I cannot die. And that's why I'm bringing it. Just for that one perk, Land Tank, I'm bringing it with. That is it. Moving on to armor. We all know that Hunter exotics are a bit shit, especially anything that's not a pair of boots. So let's start with my helmets. I'm going to bring my Wormhusk Crown, just in case survivability is an issue. I'm going to bring a Mask of Baccharis, just in case we have a situation where we need to burst something down with arc weapons or
Fourth Horseman.
I'm going to be bringing Celestial Nighthawk, just in case we need that quick piece of burst damage. And then I'm going to be bringing my Graviton Forfeit to complement my Glaive invisibility build. Knucklehead Radar, because it'll look cool. Now for my grips, nothing. Actually, there's one thing. Aeon Swift. Aeon series exotics are always a good idea to have. They're just, in general, really, really useful, and being able to have ammo on command, no matter what, if you're pairing it up with a teammate, is always good. Also, having the ability to have class ability, energy, and reload speed buffs is really nice as well. You could also make a case for Khepri Sting, I guess. Khepri Sting with my smoke bomb could definitely make it better, but I don't think it's worth an exotic slot. I'm just bringing it just in case. Chest piece, you can make a case for Omnioculus, that's why I'm bringing it with me, but that's about it. As for the boots, the creme de la creme, we have my Orpheus rig. Look at that stat distribution. Oh my god. Orpheus rig is going to be absolutely insane. Tether, especially the Mobius quiver, has proven itself to be able to one-shot things that it probably shouldn't be able to one-shot. So having an Orpheus rig to get my super up that much quicker makes it incredibly useful. I highly recommend you bring Orpheus rig along with you. It will not do you wrong. As far as the rest of them, Star Eater Scales is a one I'm taking a gamble on, just in case my Orpheus isn't cutting it and I need a bit of extra damage. I'll bring my Star Eater Scales in with me. I don't think that's going to end up being the case, but there is a chance. So I'm going to bring my Star Eaters with. Gemini, just in case ad control gets a little out of hand and I need a quick stun to get me out of a sticky situation. And then Stompies, because Stompies. Anyways, that's it for me. That is quite literally it. Before we go though, let's take a look at the Night Stalker aspects I'm bringing in. I'm going to be bringing in the Trapper's Ambush, just for quick fall. Quick fall will be very useful just in case, and Stylish Executioner. This is the backbone of the Glaive invisibility build, so I'm definitely going to be bringing it with, especially with the ability to weaken targets while performing Stylish Execution. So I'm bringing this 100%. As far as my fragments, they don't really matter. I'm using them more as stat sticks, kind of. But I recommend Echo of Reprisal, which will get you more super energy if you're surrounded. Echo of Repulsion, which will cause enemies to explode when you use your abilities on them. And then Echo of Exchange for getting some grenade energy, especially if you're using glaives. And that's pretty much it. That's my loadout. Feel free to let me know what you guys are going to be bringing into whatever endgame activities you are coming up to next. I am actually very curious if there's something I missed that I should think about, or if there's something that you disagree with. I'd be interested to hear about it. Anyways, though, that'll be all from me. Please make sure to leave a like and or dislike if you feel so inclined to do so, and please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below to keep up to date with the stuff that I post. I'm basically posting every single day. So that's it from me. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.